Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Knoxxx. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?
There you have it, wrestling fans. The Raw After Mania. What did you think? It went down in California, San Jose. It's a spectacle. Listen, I'm going to start here, start there. Welcome back to Perfect Plex Talk YouTube. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, people, I spell my name with 3 X's because like NXT making an appearance all over Raw After Mania, I too am hardcore, people. Welcome back to the show of shows with the host of hosts, people. Listen, like I just said, Raw After Mania was okay. I'm just gonna be honest and call a spade a spade. We didn't get any of the great big things we truly wanted to happen. But I digress. I will say that and tell you why later in this program. But first, the particulars, people. The show opened up with nothing other than the 1 and 21 and 1, the beast incarnate known as Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman comes out and says his client is freaking pissed the fuck off that he lost the title without getting pinned. As we all know, Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank match to intercede, if you will, so to speak, in this triple threat match that he turned into at WrestleMania 31, walking away with the belt. Says Brock doesn't like lawyers, although I can sue you, Paul Heyman said. He said, I'm just going to whoop your ass. So Stephanie McMahon comes out, tells him, you'll get Steph later because he's not here right now, but the match will happen. So then from there, we go into match 1, people. That's right. Daniel Bryan, the new Intercontinental World Heavyweight Champion, takes on Hill Ziggler. Now, this is like the 3rd week in a row we've getting this matchup, the matchup that people clamored and wanted at WrestleMania. You're still getting right now. This is still a rivalry that people said they would love and they would like to see in this match. Daniel Bryan versus Hill Ziggler, definitely something I think it's time people to pay attention to. And I mean, these headbutts these two are doing, they're getting pretty freaking crazy and dangerous if you ask me. But I thought this match, it was pretty good pace. Also being that it was on a Monday Night Raw. Winner of this match after a series of running headbutts to each other, as my kids were screaming, they're ramming. Winner of this match is probably one of the most brutal running knees I've ever seen, Daniel Bryan. But then we knew Sheamus was coming back. WWE all but promoted it that he was going to be back tonight. But the question I ask you, he comes back, he makes a statement, not just by his bro kick to Daniel Bryan, not just by the smacking and the repeat smacking and saying you're the show stealer or do something about it on Hill Ziggler as the ass kicking that he gave them. But the new look Sheamus, the mohawk, the beard braided, what did you think? I'd like to know about that. Comment down below. Let me know, as Jeremy Johns would say, about the look of Sheamus. I mean, what do you think? He's kicking ass, but is he taking names at the same time? What do you think about that look? At this point, Brock versus Seth thought to be one, Brock versus Seth, we thought all hell was actually going to break loose earlier in the program when that happened, but we know we're going to save that for later in the program, as my notes seem to be a little bit out of whack right there. I do apologize. But then we go into a match that gave us the Lucha Dragons. But that's right, if you don't know who the hell the Lucha Dragons is, you don't watch NXT. You just follow the IWC and around and what they post on the internet and think that you know what Lucha Dragons are. Now, I'll be real. I've heard that wrestling fans, that don't really watch NXT or just dabble in NXT, they didn't really like the Lucha Dragons. But again, people, it is the Raw After Mania. We know the crowd will go wild and act their ass and be a fan. It's your turn. This show is for you. You pretty much hijack the Raw After Mania. Hell, we named it Raw After Mania. Now WWE capitalized on it. But you get the Lucha Dragons and the No Day taking on Team Technician. That's right, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Ascension. Now, this is what I thought was very interesting. The Ascension and Lucha Dragons on opposite teams. Lucha Dragons being known for being the team that actually stopped the streak, if you will, so to speak, of the Ascension. This match goes on. The crowd's going wild. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha all through the match. I mean, what could I say about this match? But single-handedly, Kalisto, he hits the Selena Del Sol on Victor to pick up the win for his team. The crowd, the moves that he put on. You know what? Cesaro in this match, people, is showing still why Cesaro is one of the best guys in the company. Who cannot the guy dance with inside the square circle? I'm telling you, he took bumps. He did things in this match that were great, that made Kalisto and them look as good as they did. Listen, I'm going to say this much about Kalisto being on the main roster. Botchamania, you know your name. I think it's time for you might want to hang it up. Also, at this point, after the match, we get Mizdow by himself taking on Stardust. Winner of this match with the Skull Crusher finale was Mizdow. Most importantly, we thought we were going to get it. We got it. Miz rushes the ring afterwards, hits him from behind, hits him with the real Skull Crusher finale, then tells him, hey, you're nothing. I made you. Tells the crowd you won't remember him in 5 weeks. Is that true? Now, I'm a little ashamed. I don't want to see Damien and Mizdow. If you're going to break them up, then give me back Damien Sandow. That's who he is. Why is he still having a persona of being the Miz's stunt double or personal assistant, however you want to call it this time of the week? What he is not a period. He's supposed to be Damien Sandow. Bring that back. We did not get that on Raw After Mania. However, I move on. As I told you, I'm wearing this shirt out of respect because for 3 freaking years, people, I've told you NXT was the future. That NXT not only are demanding that they're the future, they're pretty much holding the World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship with Seth Rollins also holding that title. But now, we get him, people. Adrian Neville. I'm sorry, that's no longer his name. You know when they get caught up, they just seem to drop things from where they were before. Neville takes on in a match against Axel Mania, winner of this match with the red arrow, and quite frankly, to be completely honest, that's all I can be because I am Mike Knoxxx, and I don't hold no punches back. I tell you the truth. You don't like it, listen anyway. Neville with a great performance on the Monday Night Raw card with the crowd being behind him, stoked the way he is. I hope he actually gets a chance to compete on this level with the big boys. You know what? Something else I noticed about Neville in this match, where he normally on TV we all assumed he would look small in stature. His frame made him not look nowhere as near as small as a Kalisto. Well, we know Kalisto is extra short, but you know, as a Xavier Woods type character, he looked, or Tyson Kidd, he looked actually pretty stoked. He looks larger than life, actually, in my opinion, on my 60-inch Knoxxx 3000. Anyway, that's how he looked to me. Congratulations to Adrian Neville. I am very proud of you, young man. Thank you for entertaining me on the NXT level and now on the main roster. Now, we're getting to our early in the night. We knew that Cena was going to have an open challenge for the U.S. title. I assumed it would either be somebody coming up like a Neville, that it wasn't be. Some assumed Hideki Itami would get moved up, as it was not. So then you figured Rusev gets his rematch. It's Dean Ambrose. I'm sorry. Hashtag I'm a Dean Ambrose guy comes out. But before that, let me just backtrack a little bit. Let me slow down so you can catch up. The crowd really, really, truly hates John Cena. Listen, maybe if he'd came out with the I live in America, toe to toe, gotta watch out what you say, hey, but he didn't. He came out, never give up. The champion's here in red, white, and blue, and the crowd let them have it. Listen, I think, and I said I don't think it would ever happen. I'm starting to think it needs to happen just to see what could possibly happen if you turn the guy heel. Because right now, The crowd and John Cena are completely disconnected. The chant that we started in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the FU Center, better known as to you people as the Coors State Center, the John Cena sucks chants. Yes, people, that started in Philadelphia, Broad Street, started it, people. Get in where you fit in and know where you're at. If you're not, you consider yourself out of the loop. But it's okay. I digress. The chant has made it worldwide. What can I say? I appreciate the fan support for listening to me. So I go with that. But this match, what can you say about John Cena? I'm going to continue to say what I've always said about John Cena. Despite what I just recently said, he's still the champ. He's still the franchise. You don't like it? His time is now, later, and forever. It will never change until something in the company changes right now. Or in my opinion, until Cena decides to walk away from wrestling. But right now, it's John Cena's turn. You thought Dean Ambrose was going to win this match? Not so fast. The match, the winner, obviously, John Cena with the attitude adjustment. They shake hands, so to speak, in the match. Dean Ambrose says, I'm coming back for that title. Let's see if that's what actually does happen. But at this point, I want to put a quarter in a meter, if you will, and ask you, please comment down below. Comment on where you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever social media is sold, at Mike Knoxxx. We already know with 3 X's. Because what did you think of Byron Saxton's commentary? Because at this point, I know it's not much he can do. He was probably given short notice of a script and things like that, and I'll tell you why in one momentarily. But he takes over for the commentary team because Brock Lesnar thinks he's going to get his rematch with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, it lose him because that's what great heel champions do. But Brock goes all freaking psycho, unhuman machine that he is, okay? And he decides to just say, you know what? If I can't win my title, I'm just going to kill everybody else in the building. So he starts off by killing J&J Security as he couldn't kill Seth Rollins. Then he says, you know what, Michael Cole? You're on my god darn way. I'm going to kill you too. But hold on. Hey, announce table, you guys absolutely suck. Flips it over on them, which, come on, pause in the meter again. We're talking about 2 Hall of Famers. Well, is JBL in the Hall of Fame yet? I'm not exactly sure if he's in there or not, but he should be there very soon. But JBL, former heavyweight champion, Booker T, the five-time champion, which is a 6-time champion, by the way. People don't really realize that he's more than just 5-time champion. Flip a table and they're done? Really? They can't commentate for the rest of the night? I understand Michael Cole got F5. He's a puny little man, but these are 2 world champions. They get a table flipped over on them. They can't talk the rest of the night. Whatever. So that brings me back to Byron Saxton being on commentary because Brock Lesnar said, and he just went all crazy over everybody. Stephanie McMahon comes out and suspends him, and definitely suspends him, and then says she's going to fine him. So this is where I asked the question because it's a little bit confusing because first he was indefinitely suspended. They go back later where Stephanie's being interviewed and says, you know what, I'm going to hit him worse than suspension. I'm going to hit him in the wallet. So is he suspended? Is he not? Because if he's suspended, that lets me to believe, as the intelligent wrestling fan I am, and the intelligent wrestling fan you are, because you're listening to Perfect Plex Talk YouTube, the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, he did not sign the contract we all hoped that he would sign that giving us more dates with Brock Lesnar. That means he still has a contract that will prohibit him from doing certain events at certain times. To me, that's not best for business. Hashtag not best for fans, WWE, if that is the case. But I don't know exactly. I don't have any, or can pretend to have any inside information. This is just me, a wrestling fan, being intelligent, giving you an intelligent opinion about the situation. So what's going to happen with Brock Lesnar, we do not know. But after that match was over, later on in the night, Seth Rollins comes back. He's getting interviewed by Renee Young. He's talking about how, you know, he's done this and he's the champion and I'm sorry. How Brock Lesnar cannot be the world heavyweight champion, WWE world heavyweight champion, and represent WWE like a superstar should with his actions. So he doesn't deserve to be the champion because he can't act like a champion. And comes Randy Orton, you know, the whole WrestleMania 10 Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. I beat you earlier in the night, but then you go on to win the title kind of bit goes on. Then out comes the Big Slow and Kane, which, come on, people. I'm a fan of the Big Show and Kane as much as the next guy. But can they please go away already? please. Anyhow, he says, hey, you got more than just one problem on your hands now. You got 3 on your hands. Go find yourself a partner, somebody to have you. We find out later tonight that Ryback will be his partner, and then he would have a secret partner. We'll tell you about that later tonight. Then it was time for the bathroom match of the night, because it is Raw and it is 3 hours long. So sometimes you got to go to the bathroom. So hey, guess what happened? Hashtag give divas a chance. Of course, just not under the current format they have them in the WWE. But this crowd was on fire. Not at this point, guys. I'm sorry. Paige is not the best diva on the roster. You have AJ, you have Paige, you have Naomi, you have Natty. Those girls can wrestle. Stop screaming just one diva's name because you want to see her, because the people at home can't be there. I know it's built for you, but I'm not there. So, come on, guys. Y'all know Natty's just as good as Paige. You know Naomi's just as good as her. They're all good. They're all a cluster of women, and let's mix them all together and have some HLA, if you will, so to speak. Shall we? I'm just saying. But winner of this match, obviously the winner of this match, it had to be AJ, Paige, and Naomi, who defeated Natalya and the Bella Twins. Did anyone else see AJ wearing the Barley shirt? I'm just curious about that. The Bailey shirt, rather. I need a hug. I'm just curious about what that's for. But hey, go ahead and figure it out. The winner of this match was the rear view. I love Naomi's rear view. If you don't like Naomi's rear view, then you don't like girls. But then moving on, Rusev comes out against Goldust, and what I like to call Goldust, the new jobber of the year for the WWE, taking over for RVD from last year. Winner, Rusev, has nothing to say. Crowd cheering for Lana. Please, let's get over it, people. He is not Mark Mero. He can survive without Lana. He is the next big star in his company. You need to open up your eyes and see that, people. Then we get to the main event of the evening as Show King Seth Rollins takes on Randy, Ryback, and then Roman Reigns comes out to a course of boos. No one likes Roman Reigns. All of a sudden, I don't understand why. You didn't want him to win the title. He did not win the title. You were cheering for him a year ago. Why not cheer for him now? Your fans out there said that you was not booing Roman Reigns, the star who you thought wasn't ready. You were booing the company for the position they were putting him in. Well, guess what? He was not in that position anymore. He's been knocked from... He's still top level, but not at the title. Why are we still booing this man? I don't get it. I will never understand it. The guy is going to be a star in his company. As soon as you face that, the better we will all be. People, if you got a chance, or you did not get a chance, if you will, to go back and check out the Wrestling Summit. That's right, people. Perfect Plex Talk YouTube has partnered with the Wrestling Marks of Excellence, the Wrestling Ram, and a group of other wrestling programs out there from around the world to bring you the Wrestling Summit. We had our post show. Look for that link in the description as well, right here on Perfect Plex Talk YouTube. You can get that and check it out. The post WrestleMania show, what we thought about the entrances and things along those lines. But the winner of this match, Roman Reigns, with the spear on Kane. And then after the show went off, we were privileged to, if you don't have it for $9.99, the exclusive interview with Sting on the WWE Network, where he comes out. Renee Long says, okay, point blank and simple, what does the future hold for you? He says he does not know, but whatever the company throws at him, he's going to go out there and grab. And if they don't offer him anything, then that's too bad on them. I like that response from Sting, especially if you those who don't know the courtly After Mania calls that Vince McMahon had today, where he pretty much said that he saved Sting from obscurity. Some people have took it into their own, deeper into that, but basically obscurity means saying that where he came from was nothing compared to where he's at. People, listen, whether you like it or you don't like it, TNA or WCW, they are inferior and have been inferior to the WWE. The same way with him winning on Sunday. Listen, Pete, there's certain things you have to know as an intelligent wrestling fan, that Vince McMahon's not going to let no other company overthrow his company. Let's get out of this whole thing about wins and losses. They do not matter. It's all about the storyline. Hashtag wrestling is storyline. And that's how it went off. But then here's where the problem was. This is Raw After Mania, people. We don't get Bray Wyatt. We don't get Undertaker and Sting to face each other. We don't get Sting to go face to face with HBK. They truly brought in Sting to do nothing but to go against Triple H. Now, I'm not the guys who hated on Sunday's match between those guys and the interference of the NWO DX, if you will, so to speak. I actually loved it. I marked out for it. My beautiful, sexy, intelligent, beautiful wife marked out for it. So I don't understand why fans are complaining about that. It's not about wins and losses, people. It's about telling the story, people. I listen and I talk to these guys on a daily basis. They don't give a damn if they win a match. They give a damn how they entertain you, people. Just like I do this to entertain you, that's why the wrestlers do it themselves. Listen, people, my time is up. I gotta get the hell up out of here because, frankly, I'm tired of talking, and you're probably tired of hearing my voice after 20 minutes. So listen, people, make sure you check out all the shows on the BDSIR Radio Network. That's BDSIRnetwork.com, people. The Wrestling Summit is on there. Also, the Invading Mars, Our Power and Sports, Perfect Plex Talk Radio. You name it, we got a show for you out there, people. Listen, my name is Mike Knoxxx. I am the $1 Million Host. You are the $1 Million Audience, and together we form the $1 Million Connection. See y'all next week, y'all. Raw After Mania. How good was it to you? Peace!
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? I go by the name Fred Nux. We about to give y'all something special. You ready?